everyone, this is Tiffany Martinez. As always, I hope you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in this simulation. I wanted to make this quick video today. I just left physical therapy today, and my physical therapist said that I was walking better, and definitely walking better than I was when I started last year. So I was like, yeah, I've been coming here for a whole year. And he's like, it's been a year already? I was like, yeah, because I remember Alexa was working here at the front desk. And I also remember that it was hot as hell when I came in here last year. And the guy, he just started cracking up. And I was like, yeah, it was very hot then. Because I remember it was hotter than it was this year, like right now or whatever. So it's not over yet. Like, I still gotta come back. Like, the way I see it and the way that he agrees, that I'll have to keep coming back until it's better, even though it's better now, if that makes sense. So many reckless drivers here. So many. I wouldn't say it's the worst city, but I've never seen so many reckless drivers. Like, so many reckless drivers. And even if you have a perfect driving record, your insurance rates are affected by that, by other people's driving. And I've been with Liberty Mutual for well over a decade, and I think I'm going to have to switch my car insurance because I'm paying a lot more than I should be. I'm paying for someone else's mistakes. So anyways, that's not what this video is about. It was simply a physical therapy update. That's simply what this video is about. It's just, but I do want to say this is probably one of my best, because I've been in physical therapy like on and off since my early 20s. I was probably about 21 when I first started going to physical therapy. That's when one of the worst accidents that I have been in, when I was rear-ended. So, like I said, I've been in physical therapy since I was about 21, because I turned 21, it was like in March, and that's when the accident was. So, March 1997. And then as the pain progressed, because when the accident happened, the surgeon that I was working with, he was like, well, you're disabled for life. And I said, but I'm only 21 and there's stuff that I still want to do and things like that. And I remember him saying that I needed to be in a wheelchair. I remember him saying that. And I remember feeling so crushed, and I felt defeated. And I said, no. I said, I don't want to be in a wheelchair. And he was like, well, that is your best bet. And I'm like, well, I'm not really a gambler, so I'm not going to put all of my chips on the same spot that has been. And this is no offense to anybody that's in a wheelchair or that uses a scooter. And even when I was younger, and I would go do my own groceries, and even the workers were like, you could just use the little buggy, the scooter is power is fully charged. And I said no, because at that time that was the only physical activity that I had, like was to get out and do my own groceries and push the shopping cart. And then when I moved to California, in 2002, I would go to the grocery store. I would be there when they open the doors around 5:36, and I would get the shopping cart and I would just push the cart, even if I wasn't buying nothing. And for a long time, they didn't understand why I was there. I said, "Well, you guys don't have a mall here in Palm Springs. If you do, I've never seen it. And plus, even if you did, I'm pretty sure that they don't have these type shopping carts." So, and I would get up, and then eventually I spoke to the manager, and he was like, "No, no, no. I understand what you're doing, and I applaud you." And I was like, "Oh, gratitude." And so eventually I started buying one item, like I would just buy like bread or something that was just basic, just so I wouldn't be a bother. And then the manager, a couple of them, I remember them telling me, this is Ralph's on Sunrise Way in Palm Springs. They were like, you don't have to buy something every time, even though, we know that you are a customer here, but you're there to just walk. And I remember that, and I did that for years. And if anyone knows me on a personal level, they knew how much weight I had lost at that point. So, and it wasn't until after my husband, he died, that I started to basically not do as much as I used to do. Like, I just didn't care. But that was November 30th, 2021. So, and this is um, August 2025. And it took a lot of encouragement, like a lot of push, to get me to where I am today, because I didn't want to do anything. So, but I'm still losing weight, I'm getting back to where I was, but the physical therapy is helping me with, my knee injury, because I fell after my husband died. I fell in my house, and I didn't get treatment because, as I said, I just didn't care, like, and I have never been in that position before, like, that I just didn't care, so, but it's better now. I keep telling myself, I'm better. And then my mother died a year after my husband died, the same month and everything. So, it it is difficult. It is difficult for me, physically difficult and emotionally. But as I keep saying, I'm better than I was when he died. I'm better than I was since my mother transitioned. So I'm just grateful for today. I'm grateful for today. If I'm not grateful for anything else, I'm grateful for today. And I know that they're both with me. I know that. I know that. So, and I know my mother would be very disappointed if I didn't try. And I know Henry would be very upset if I didn't try. So, I'm doing my very best. So, because this marks 1 year, this marks 1 year of physical therapy for me, that I still have to keep going back. I still have to keep going back. I still have to keep going back until I no longer need the cane, the assist. Until I no longer need that, or at least until I can get back on the treadmill. I have a treadmill. I have a recumbent bike. And I have purchased every every tool that they have at the physical therapy. I have bought it. It's at my house. I use them. The only thing I don't have yet is the table, the flat one, not the one where you see like if you go get a massage, not that one. I want the flat bed, you know, so I can basically continue treatment at home on the days that I'm not here. Yeah. So, anyways, I am going to get home. I don't like to drive and talk on the phone. I just don't like doing that. But I decided to just pull over and do this quick video. I hope you guys are doing amazing, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the week and a wonderful weekend. Do something for yourself. It doesn't matter what it is, even if it's just reading a book, or if you like to draw or paint or something, do something for yourself. Ashe.